We learnt the hard way a little bit. Right as the time was about to hit 0, Jackson, I don't want to throw him under the bus, but he did knock something out of the frame onto the floor, and we did lose a part of our build right at the end.
Hey guys, Andrew from CheepJokes here. We're with Alex and Jackson from Lego Masters Season 2. Welcome guys.
Thank you very much.
Now we've got a tattoo artist and an engineer.
Yeah.
Would you say two skills that complement each other?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I definitely have a relatively good eye for detail, which can sometimes be a bit of a hindrance. But Alex has great project management skills and a real great technical expertise that he brings to the team.
There's been a lot of like structurally difficult challenges. So it feels like this season's had a bit more like building on off surfaces and dealing with gravity and playing with like difficult things physically rather than creatively, and it's definitely been handy having a bit of knowledge in that space.
Well, you experience a bit of gravity with this challenge, right?
Oh, yes.
So you're building on a photo frame. How was the clutch power going vertical?
Yeah, we had to learn very quickly what the clutch power of Lego studs is. We learnt the hard way a little bit. Right as the time was about to hit 0, Jackson, I don't want to throw him under the bus, but he did knock something out of the frame onto the floor, and we did lose a part of our build right at the end.
So this is probably one of the challenges I've been most excited for. It's a little bit different. You know, we've seen things explode before, but creating an art piece, which I feel this could inspire some people at home. Did it appeal to you?
Oh, as soon as they announced this particular challenge, I got so excited. I thought this is something that's going to be right up our alley, like kind of traversing that medium between 2D, which is what I usually work in, and 3D, which is like just Lego and sculptural kind of stuff. I thought that, we could really have a good chance with this one.
So what were the original concepts?
The brief of 3D art, we kind of felt like we needed to come out of the frame. So we were just like spitballing ideas that we could really push out of the frame. So it was like, what could be moving out, like, you know, the water spilling out. You know, we had an idea with a big ship with like a big Japanese style painting with like water spilling out the front. A
lot of the other contestants have got you guys pegged as, you know, the tough competition. And I think they've been learning from you. Have you learned from anyone else?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
man, everyone's bringing really different styles. It's a competition, but in a way we are all collaborating on this big group project.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to describe.
Your weekends, practicing, seeing a bit of Melbourne.
We try and spend as much time as possible practicing, but it's hard. Like, you know, it's so involved and it's like long hours and very intense. So like, I think the moments away from it are super important. So like take that breath of fresh air. But also on the flip side, you can't take your mind too far out of it, otherwise you'll come back in and be like, whoa, what's going on?
Where were we?
Yeah.
What's your training routine? Where are you learning?
I think earlier in the competition we were trying to set ourselves specific areas like landscaping or character building or architectural detail, vehicles. And as the season is going on, we're really trying to sort of zero in on areas of weakness that we can really work on. We also brought over extra luggage, about 23 kilos of our own Lego to supplement that. So our apartment is just covered.
It's covered?
Lego everywhere.
What did you bring over? 23 kilos? What's in the bag?
Oh, everything. Like pretty much like my whole Lego collection.
Really, all of it?
Yeah, at least all the important bits.
Yep. Have you brought any elements that aren't in the pit that's kind of frustrating for you?
Yes, yeah, definitely. I guess the diversity in my personal collection is a lot greater. It's accumulated over a much longer time.
Yeah.
That said though, like bringing those extra elements has been super useful for us to realize more of the storytelling elements. Because although the kids have given us a grade, they're pretty like narrow selection of bricks.
Yeah. Has there been any techniques from other contestants that you've kind of looked at and taken inspiration from to move you forward within the competition?
Not with like specifically taking any techniques, but I've definitely seen people do things a lot better than the way that we do them. Well, a lot of what we built before we came here was like facades was very much built to be viewed from one angle. So they weren't modular buildings or anything like that. And we really picked up on, Andrew's really brilliant at building modular buildings, and we've definitely taken a lot of inspiration from him moving forward.
What's your favourite challenge been up until this point?
The hero shot. The hero shot was really cool. We built very flimsy structures in that one, and it was very, very hairy. The tank on top, it wasn't connected to the stand that it was sitting on. It was just sitting there, and it was like, and then it was full of like translucent bits that were going to go everywhere. Every time I went near it, I was worried it was going to knock it off and like, spill stuff everywhere. It was very hairy.
Cool. If you were to create a challenge for the show, what would it be?
Personally, I would love to create a challenge that was a bit more aesthetic based, which I think that's just because that's what we love doing.
It's like building from a hanging brick is super hard. I'd really like to build on a flat surface.
We're halfway through. You guys are still in the competition. You're looking pretty strong. If it's not you, who do you see taking it out?
Oh, I think it's hard to overlook Andrew and Damien. I just think their technical skills are so strong, and like Damien's got a really great eye for the details and the finishing, and Andrew structurally is amazing. So like they're a real powerhouse.
Yep. Excellent. All right. Well, good luck with the rest of the show. Hope to see you guys in the final round.
Thank you very much. Cheers.